Well, if you've gone through the other landmine videos in this series, there's still a few more to go. And this one is going to be the one-arm overhead press. So this is going to be a really nice way of strengthening the torso and upper body, including the arm, obviously, because the weight is going to be pressed upward, but not directly up overhead, but forward. So we're going to require a little bit more strength in different manners than when the weight is directly overhead. Plus, for a lot of people, if you've got some shoulder restrictions, pressing up and forward is going to be a lot more manageable or achievable than if you are forced to try and bring the arm completely vertical. So how this is going to work is I'm going to be holding on to the end of the barbell. The other barbell, by now you know, is anchored against a wall or the corner of a wall, or in this case it's the whole inside of an Olympic weight plate that's about 45 pounds. I'm going to position my feet just for the start to be parallel with one another. I'm going to get myself in a nice athletic stance. That's going to give me a nice broad base of support, and it's going to give me some nice balance and security. From this position, I'm going to utilize my legs to help drive the weight up so that my arm's fully extended. And then as it descends, I'm going to bend back into my legs to absorb some of the impact. So it's not all brutally balanced over my shoulder and the shoulder muscles aren't taking all of the descent. I'm allowing my whole body to cushion the descent. And then I drive on up and I come on down. Now, if I were to keep my hips out of it, then the degree with which my arm is working in both directions is going to be much greater. So you can start playing around with how much leg drive and hip drive you have to determine how much intensity is going to be for the upper body. What I can also do is change my stance around. If I want to go into a split stance, I might have my opposite leg forward and drive on up and then come on back down. But it doesn't always have to be that way, obviously. I've got a whole bunch of stances I can choose from. I can get my same side leg forward and drive up that way. They're all going to have slightly different outcomes. In fact, I can go with a very narrow base, or I can go into a single leg stance, which of course is going to require a lot more balance. And so therefore there's a lot more coordination required, and the muscles deep within my body are going to light up a little bit higher or activate a little bit more if I have this small base of support. Now, if I don't want my legs so much and I want to focus a lot more on my trunk and my torso, I can bring myself down into a half kneeling position and just drive up and down from there. Now, I could even go narrower with the forward foot almost in alignment with the knee that's on the ground. And now I've got almost a tightrope vertical line that I have to balance over while this weight is off to one side, creating an imbalance of loading. I can go up. I can switch arms. There's a whole bunch of variations to do with the overhead press. Try one, perfect your movement, clean it up. You can add weight, try a different stance. Try switching arms, try switching legs. There's a whole variety just waiting for you to explore. But make sure that there's no pain, of course, because we don't want to go into any pain. Check in with how your body is responding, and then move on to the next landmine.